there are now roughly more than 12.4 million positive cases of coronavirus in the United States, with nearly 258,000 deaths. And now the 7-day average of cases has surpassed 170,000. That is a record. Yahoo Finance's Anjalee Khemlani is here now with more details. Hi, Anjalee.
Hey, Kristen. Unfortunately, we are looking at those numbers continuing to rise. And with Thanksgiving this week, health experts are very concerned about what the models will show as a result of all the activity that is taking place. Despite the warnings to reduce travel, photos of airports packed and people traveling, the numbers are really setting a really negative tone for the outlook. And many health experts have been expressing this. Now, on the positive side of that, however, we did finally get a lot more information today from the U.S. Health Department and Operation Warp Speed on the vaccine, which of course is that light at the end of the tunnel for many. And so as it stands right now, the distribution process, which has been key, is something that we have more clarity on. So first of all, we're definitely going to be seeing the commitment to distribute the vaccines once an authorization is granted. And of course, Pfizer is first on that list. And even though we now have some data from at least 2 other vaccine companies, including Moderna and AstraZeneca, Pfizer's is the one that is definitely going to be out by the end of the year. Now, how the prioritization of those vaccines takes place has been a question, and we know that many have worried about whether or not the more vulnerable or high-risk populations are going to be prioritized. And as it turns out, the health department said that this is actually down to the state's decision. So just like we've seen that patchwork strategy of how to address the more serious hotspots throughout this pandemic, the same thing is going to be happening when it comes to vaccine distribution. So when the states receive the vaccine, it's up to them to decide who to distribute to. And this is interesting because we heard yesterday that the CDC's Vaccine Practice Advisory Committee recommended that after healthcare workers, which of course we know are going to be prioritized first, after them, rather than moving on to the elderly, they had suggested that essential workers then get the vaccine to create more broad protection. And that was something that was seen as a move towards more equitable distribution. But with today's press conference, it seems like that isn't necessary, with Health Secretary Alex Azar saying that the states are going to be responsible. It's important to also note that he did commit to taking the vaccine by himself once available. So that will, of course, be interesting and a move, of course, in vaccine confidence. Kristen.
All right. Yahoo Finance's Anjalee Khemlani bringing us all of those details every single day about this deadly pandemic. Thank you so much to her for some of those updates.